I'm having my mug of tea. Well, this is coffee. Okay, man. Elgenid, you're the first to be from another continent.
From another continent, yeah.
Completely another country. You're from Sudan of Africa.
Yes.
And you came to Rome.
Actually, Sudan has two parts.
Two parts. You're from the north part.
North part, yeah.
Okay.
In 2011, it is now two countries, yeah.
But you have the same language, everything, it's almost the same.
Same language to some extent, yeah.
And now you came to Rome to study
energy engineering, yeah.
Masters.
Yeah.
So you did your bachelor in your country?
Yes, my bachelor study was in chemical engineering.
There's different parts or majors in engineering, right?
Yes.
I've never heard about this specific energy engineering. Of course, I knew about solar energy, about battery, electrical cars, and so on, but never about this specific energy engineering field, which I guess is very innovative, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've heard it was found out in around the middle of 20th century.
Yeah.
1950,
something like that.
Yeah, nice. And so you came to Rome to continue your studies in this field.
Yes.
You have learned a lot, I guess, since you're doing your practice here. So
here I gained a lot of technical knowledge,
and
all
also
my courses.
Practice.
There was a lot of engineering labs. I got my hands dirty.
That's a hard-working man that gets the hands dirty.
Yeah.
Just to categorize the types of energy. So how would we categorize the type of energy?
So basically, we have two
big categories.
Yes.
Okay.
The first one is fossil-based fuels.
Fossil-based fuels. And what does it include, for example?
For example, all different kinds of fuels. For example, diesel, fuels,
gasoline. Diesel,
also natural gas. The second one is, you can say, renewable based sources,
such as
batteries.
Is there a cost pollution to the recycling batteries?
No, actually, recycling is a good thing for the environment, and it is like.
Is it good for the environment?
Yes.
Why so?
Because every time I will use less materials, and I will have a lesser impact.
So say, for example, when you recycle a battery, it's almost ready, but you add little materials to recycle it again and make it also to work it again.
Yes.
So that's the idea.
Yes.
So you don't have to destroy completely, but you almost have something ready.
Yes. So
and you just add some material to make it good or new again.
Yes.
So your opinion onto the electrical cars is good?
Yes.
You think they are a good choice to buy?
Yeah, of course.
For people that want to defend the environment?
Yeah, definitely. They always seek to find cost-effective green energy sources, so they can lower their impact on the environment.
Yeah.
And of course, in most of the developing countries, there is a little or low access to energy. I mean, energy, electricity. One example is my country, Sudan. There is a specific term called electrification, which means that the amount of the whole country population that have access to electricity, generally speaking, is very low in most of the African countries, and in Sudan it is about only 30%. It is very low, and of course, without energy, we can't have a lot of things, affects all aspects of the life. Yeah. This is all energy poverty things. It affects us all.
So what are some types of green alternative energy to use?
I think this is different case to case study. For example, in Sudan, we have very good conditions for solar energy. So maybe the best and optimum solution to address these energy needs. And we can use also wind turbines, so that we can have electricity from the wind.
Right.
It is like a different combination, there is no a single solution. So we need to think deeply about it and
right.
so
So this technology is innovative, right?
Yes.
Because I'm also assuming that the classes are small and not so big, since it's a new thing, it's a new field of study.
Yes. Actually,
how many are in the class?
Our class is like a mix between Italian and
okay, yeah.
I think
And what's
maybe
the number?
about 40, something like that.
Yeah.
40.
Demand on this field.
Yes, of course, yeah. And it is now.
It's rising.
Yes, and it is now on the rise because it is a solution to have a sustainable future, to use resources less. Yes. So it is like a good solution. The fundamental Henri challenge is that our infrastructure heavily dependent on the fossil fuels to change all this system to much greener one. It will have a lot of time. So we are still heavily depending on the fossil fuels. For example, if you want to generate amount of energy that we are now extracting from fossil fuels, we will have to add a solar cells for the whole planet.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lot, and that's basically because is very dense with respect to any renewable source. So that's make it very hard to totally substitute the fossil fuels with renewable solution. Yes. Now I think I am fully understanding how to build.
So you already feel ready to work and ready to get into the field for serious.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
That makes you a good person.
Engineer. Yeah.
Yeah, good engineering. Yeah.
You just have to make a positive impact.
Yeah, you need to be sort of a value in the society, in the field.
Your goal mustn't be only to earn cash and
you need to be a will to support your field of study, the thing that you have the passion to build and to make it go further way.
Yes.
But I like this thing that this is so innovative and it's interesting to do new things, right? Not just get a degree in economy, in finance, in but yours is a good one.
Okay, thanks.
yeah. In around Africa, where is the economy that moves more, the money that moves more? Which is the country that has the most advanced industries all around?
It is something different from one country to other. For example, in country Sudan, we are the.
Just to make it clear, Sudan is next to Kenya, right? It's almost in the middle of Africa.
Sudan is just below Egypt.
Below Egypt.
Yeah.
What's the population of Sudan, more or less?
Sudan, 50 to
50
million. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
50 to 60 million.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Sudan.
That's a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Sudan has
the language they speak in Sudan.
Our mother tongue is Arabic language. Yeah.
Arabic language.
Yeah.
Okay. You also guys do speak French or not?
No. In Sudan, you can say the second language is English.
English, okay.
Yeah.
So the left part of Africa, they speak kind of French, right? For example, Nigeria, Cameroon, also Morocco, right? They just speak French.
Yeah. They even don't speak Arabic as we know.
Yeah. So almost in Africa, each country has two languages.
Yes.
Almost in your country, there's Arabic
there
and
English. Yes, there's English because of the British colonization.
When did your country got the independence?
In 1965.
1965.
Yes.
So until 1965, it was just British colonized.
Yes.
country.
And still till now they are a lot of
Oh, they're still British there?
No British, but like a lot of their buildings and
there's still buildings of them.
yes. So
they do run like there's
you
factories.
can tell. Yeah. But of course they are now fully owned and operated by Sudanese.
There's also export from Europe or from Asia to your country, export import of different items.
Yes. We mainly export and import to from China. And Sudan has been under American sanctions, so the act of import and export to most of the Western countries has been cut, and so we have been mostly dealing with Asian countries.
Mostly with Asian countries.
Yes.
Right. Now back to your field again, to energy engineering. Do you think the field you are studying, energy engineering, has demand in your country? Is it something that the next generation is seeking for?
Actually, I can say yes. Because Sudan has been in a part of international agreements to set some energy renewable sources. So it is now a government
issue
thing
that they want to solve.
Yeah.
And maybe put people that are getting this kind of background, such as you.
Yes. Yeah.
But you don't intend to go back to Sudan? You have told me that you want to go to other countries.
Yes. I want to gain a lot of experiences. I also have the goal to have a doctoral
degree here in Europe.
Yeah. Mainly in the Scandinavian countries, because they have a lot to offer. So
a lot to offer in your field, right?
Yes,
Energy engineering.
Yes.
And maybe a lot of practice, so you can actually get your hands
in hand experience.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yes.
This watch, for example, this is a mechanical but automatic watch, and it is self-winding watch. So it charges itself, so it doesn't have batteries.
Cool,
you just have a rotor inside, and also some jewels and mechanical pieces. So they just charge themselves, and just
innovative.
by the wrist movement, there is this rotor that charges the mainspring, and so this will tick forever. Say.
That's cool, man.
Cool. So no batteries, no nothing. So friendlier than this to the environment, I don't know.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But when I think about my future car, I always think about getting a new Tesla that uses battery, because there is no oil maintenance. There is no, there is nothing to worry about it. There's just a battery. It's just like, do you remember back in the childhood when we had those electric cars?
Yes.
With the remote controls?
Yeah.
Right? And it was nothing to maintain, just to recharge the batteries or replace the batteries, right? And so I just think that the Tesla is the new toy for the adults nowadays. It's like the technology followed us. And so my future car, I always do believe that I'm going to get a Tesla. Yeah. What about you? You think about your future car?
Actually, for me, I haven't thought about it, but maybe also I will go with Tesla.
Yeah, you like the Tesla, like a technology, like a credibility. There's a lot of reliability from Tesla.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
It's a great brand.
Yeah, and it is very innovative. Yeah.
Very, very innovative.
Yes.
It gets software updates just like from the satellites directly to your car. It's great.
Okay, that's cool.
You get a nice panel like that, this big, which is also amazing. It gives you the route. You want to go from Rome to Milan, or from Rome to another country, to Berlin, maybe to Germany. It also shows you all the stations where you can plug and recharge your car.
Oh man.
It's fabulous. You can listen to music.
Amazing,
like it has LTE bandwidth. So it's so great. It has the latest and the greatest in it. And I love it. I don't find I find it so beautiful and so advanced in technology than from a gasoline car or from a diesel car, that it also requires constant maintenance, and you need to change this, you need to change that.
A lot of problems.
Yeah. But a Tesla, just a battery with 10 years of warranty from the store that you buy, it sounds like a good bargain.
Yes.
Another thing about batteries is that cars have a greater acceleration with batteries. For example, a Tesla Model S can reach a quarter mile or 400 meters in under 10 seconds easily. But gasoline cars, Porsche, for example, or Bugatti, or Lamborghini that cost around $3 million, they still cannot equal the performance of a battery electric car.
Yes.
You get an electric car of Model S for $200,000, and it's still better than a Bugatti that costs $4 million bucks. Yeah. So there's a lot of positiveness to the battery cars.
Definitely. Yeah.
The type of cars people ride in your country, what they are? Diesel, what do they do? What do they use? Diesel or gasoline?
What kind of what?
Cars.
Cars, yeah.
Yeah. What type of cars?
We Sudan, we mainly use like both of them.
Both of them?
Yes.
Also gasoline, also diesel?
Yes.
Right. Sudan is like a flat or hilly
diesel.
area?
No, it is like a typical flat area.
It's typical flat area.
Yes.
Okay. But it's not like Kenya, because Kenya has a high altitude.
High altitude, yeah.
2,000 meters or so.
Yes. But as I told you, we use like diesel for the heavy cars. Like, for example,
of course, because diesel cars usually have a bigger torque.
Yes.
What about the alternative to transportation? What do you use in Sudan? For example, do people use bicycles, electric scooters? I don't know.
In Sudan, no, we don't have this culture. In every house, I can tell there is a single car or two.
Oh, everybody uses a car.
Yes.
So 50 million cars, 50 million people.
This is in the Khartoum, which is the capital. Everyone has his car. So, and also we don't have much bicycles. So by hearing this, I assume that in your country also the fitness lifestyle isn't so active. Yes. And actually, since there is no people with this mentality to use bikes, yes. So fitness, we don't have this like healthy style mindset there in Sudan. You just want to go to like work and then back home, watch some TV, and then sleep and then go for it again. So such healthy lifestyle mindset, it is not a trendy thing. How about childs? How do they spend their childhood? I'm very interested in the games. When you were a child, what did you play mostly? In Sudan, most of children like play outside together. They, for example, I played football with my friends. We have some football players here. Yes. Can you recognize them? Yes, I think this is a Brazilian football. Yeah. Il Fenomeno. Ronaldo. Yeah. The phenomenon guy. Yeah. Ronaldo, yeah. The shirt number 9. This guy right here. Yeah, of course, he's Ronaldinho. The magician, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Great, talented guy. And this guy right here? I haven't known him, actually. He is Thierry Henri. He's from France, yeah. But he played for the Arsenal shirt for 7-8 years. Great player. Very talented, great technique. I thought he has no hair. Yeah, but some hair just for the looks. This guy right here, this white guy. I think he's a German guy, but I don't know him. No, this is from Netherlands. He's Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp. Yeah, Dennis Bergkamp played also for the Arsenal shirt. These guys actually play together, and this guy had a great technique with a ball. I mean, was so talented with a ball, agility with a ball. Yeah, great player.
And this guy right here, I believe you know this guy.
This is Italian shirt, of course.
Yeah, Italian leader, Maldini,
Yeah.
a great defender. Yeah. So you played a lot of football in your country.
Yes, it is just like a street football.
Yeah, street football, of course.
Yeah,
street football. We used to, in my country, we used to do the nets with bricks, you know, one brick, one brick here, one brick here, and that would be the net. So with bricks.
Same thing.
Same thing in your country,
Yes.
Beautiful era, right?
Yes.
Because nowadays people are more busy with, childs are more busy with tablets
and all
and the phones and
media
So also in your country, childs do have tablets and are engaged with technological devices.
I couldn't say not as much
as in Europe,
as here. Yes,
because lack of economy, maybe.
To some extent, yeah. And most of the parents in my country, they still have the traditional lifestyle.
Oh, nice.
So they ask them to go and to spend some time with your friends and so on.
Yeah. About animals in your country, you have plenty of different animals: lions, elephants, cheetahs,
yes,
gorillas.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Hyenas.
Yeah.
Aside from these very beautiful wild animals, do you also own dogs in your country?
Actually, this petting
pet animals
culture is not common.
It's not common. So people don't have dogs in their homes, like here in Europe or America, for example.
Yes.
Maybe this makes sense because in Africa and especially in your country, there's animals, so it's something that doesn't give these people interest to have an animal at home, since animals are so common in your country, right?
Yes.
Because here in my country, for example, in Italy, for example, there is no lions, no elephants, nothing, gorillas, but in your country there's a lot. So maybe because of people being so used in the interaction with animals, being near, let's say, they don't find it interesting or...
Yes. You can say that. In Sudan, we have what's called Dindir. Dindir, yes. Dindir National Park. Have you ever heard about it?
About Dindir? No, I have heard about the Safari Zoo Park.
Yes.
Which is huge.
Yes. In Sudan, we have...
Safari, I'm sorry. Safari is in...
Kenya.
In Kenya, okay.
But the Dindir National Park, it is
it's like an outdoor park.
Yes,
it's huge.
Its area is 2,500 kilometers.
Wow, so it's huge.
Yes.
It's completely. It's like sort of a little city.
It's like isolated ecosystem. Yeah.
So there's people that take care of the animals and try to leave them in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
And so there's hyenas also, there's lions,
elephants, there are also elephants.
All the African animals that could be in Sudan, right?
Yeah.
But out of this territory, have you ever faced a wild animal, for example, I don't know, a hyena or something, as driving the car or?
No.
Never faced?
Yes.
Always have been around this territory, been safe.
Yes, and yes. There's no such a thing about to face a wild animal in your city or something like that. It's not like a danger place.
It's not a danger. Yeah. So you have had animals for so long in your country. But when the tourist comes, they come mainly to see animals.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
How about Sudan people? Do they like to visit the animals, and do they like to take care of animals, and do they just like to see animals or not? It's not a big desire. So is there an interest from Sudan people or other Africans to actually visit animals?
I don't think so, because
it's something very common.
Yes. So there is no a big motive to see it, and because you like always know it is always
I don't
there.
need to see a lion. I'm the lion.
So yes, we have such kind of a mindset.
Yeah, but that's normal, right? Once I met a friend, she was from China, and I asked her, have you ever visited Japan? And she told me no. She had visited Germany, she had visited Utah in America, but not Japan, not Thailand, not Malaysia, countries that are near to China. She hadn't visited. Why? Because she had this lack of interest, because they were Asian countries and she didn't have this interest, because most of the cultures are almost the same, most of the fruits are the same, so she didn't find this interest. And I have found this very common in different people.
Yes.
So this is the same thing with people in Sudan. They have the animals nearby,
thing,
and they don't find this interest to go and visit.
Yes.
So they are not so surprised. Oh, I saw a lion. It's just a lion. There's a lion. Okay.
Yes.
Hi. But someone that comes from my country would like to see a lion, because in my country there is no lions. Here in Italy, for example, there is no lions. There is just wolves. But I guess you find it attractive to see a wolf? Because in your country there is no wolves. There is just hyenas and...
Yes.
Would you like to see a wolf, for example?
Yes, of course, definitely.
Yeah.
You know...
because they are a different species, and they come from so long ago. It's like the biggest predator after the humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, wolves kill so much. But also, nowadays they are outnumbered. It has been like 80 million wolves once ago, and now they are just 2 million wolves. So the number has decreased, because people have hunted wolves for so long, and plus by expanding the population, a lot of animals have decreased their territory and they have been killed, so they are outnumbered. So I guess also in Africa, it's not like...
Yes.
I believe in
Nothing
the 20th
like
or 19th century in Africa could have been a lot more animals, but nowadays there's not so many. You heard about that news that in Australia around 500 million of koalas, bears, and also the kangaroos died because of the fire.
The fire,
that took in Australia. I felt sorry about that news. That's very, very sad. When you think about 500 animals, 500 is like a huge population of animals. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I've also heard about stories that they take, say for example, puppy lions, and they just sell it to somebody else in Europe, and they get these animals to a cage. This kind of story. I mean, can a lion stay in a cage big as this room? Can't. The lion needs his habitat, right? His big territory needs to be natural, to hunt, to kill. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do these things, but what can you do? You cannot stop.
Of course you can't.
Yeah. People for money nowadays do a lot of things.
A lot of things, definitely.
Yeah.
That is very sad. Yeah,
very, very sad, man. In your country, what's the number, more or less, about the tourists that come every year to Sudan? Or
not so much, because Sudan is not like it's not like a typical tourism.
It's not a tourist attraction place.
Yes.
So, which is in Africa the most tourist attraction place to visit?
Maybe Egypt, maybe Kenya. Yeah.
Egypt, Kenya.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Kenya?
Actually, no.
No.
I'm just like that
girl from China. Yeah. Not interested. Same thing, same food, same animals.
That's why.
But in Kenya, you have amazing beaches, right?
In Kenya, I think yes. Yeah.
So you would consider the two biggest cities two biggest countries to be visited by tourists to be Kenya and
Egypt.
Egypt, these two.
Yes. And actually, in Sudan also, like there is a lot of tourism attractions. For example,
in what way?
As I told you, we have the Dindir.
The Dindir Park Zoo.
Park. and we also have Nubian pyramids. We have also
So
other
in the
pyramids.
Dinder Park Zoo, you take a car and you drive with a guide to see the animal by a closer look.
Yes.
It's just like in a safari zoo park.
Yes, is it like a typical wildlife area? So you need to see it and show it.
Yeah. So you can take pictures, everything.
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course. Yeah.
Nice. You have ever visited the Dinder Park Zoo?
Actually, no. And also there is.
Is there I don't know, metro in Sudan? No.
Yeah.
Trams?
No, also.
Trains?
Yes, but they are like mainly for industrial use. And
so there's not for people moving with trains.
I mean, it is not a common
people transportation.
Yeah.
It's mostly merchandising things.
Yes.
Listen, man, it was a pleasure to have you on my podcast.
Okay, thanks very much.
It was great.
Yes.
And I wish you all the best with your long project in energy engineering, and I really hope that you get the right experience, and also why not to put it then to your country. That would be fabulous.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, man. Okay, we're out of here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.